Good morning, everyone. Let's start with the daily acquisitions news. So, medical startup Ambulance to go public in 1.1 billion SPAC merger deal. Wow. So, mobile medical services providers Ambulance, maybe I'll post here, will go public through a merger with a special purpose acquisition company SPAC in a deal that values the equity of the merged entity at $1.1 billion, the company said on Tuesday. That's insane. Now, for those of you, again, who don't know what is SPAC, I think I talked about it in one of my latest videos, but it's basically a special purpose acquisition company, also known as blank check companies, right? As you can see here. It's a shell corporation listed on the stock exchange with the purpose of acquiring a private company, thus making it public without going through the traditional initial public offering processes. I know few companies who went public, I know their CEOs, and the process of going public with a SPAC, it's so much easier than going to the traditional routes with investment bankers. There's a lot of cool stuff for you also to join if you want to join as an investor. So let me show you, for example, something here, especially generally traded as units or as separate common shares and warrants on the Nasdaq. Once the public offering been declared effective by the SEC, distinguishing the SPAC from blank check company formed under SEC rule. It's a pretty interesting model because SPAC basically, it's a company that you register for the purpose of buying a different company. And there are a lot of investors. There's usually a syndicator. There's this guy, Chamat Palipatia, that a lot of people follow. He's been doing a lot of those SPACs lately. And the way it works is that he's putting some of his money, then he's raising capital from other investors and institutions, and they go out there and chase an acquisition in a specific sector. And after, I believe the period is 2 years, if they're not able to buy one of those companies, the money's going back to the investors. So it's really, really interesting. So let's go back to that news. So the deal with Motion Acquisition Corp is supported by a private investment of $125 million, and it will fetch $225 million to proceed to the combined company. Not too bad. Ambulance, which will be remained DocGo, provided ambulance and other non-critical medical services in the UK and in 26 US states, including New York, Colorado, Texas, California, Pennsylvania, and others, its website showed. It's also to show you that when syndicator or sponsors, which is the person who's leading the SPAC, is creating a SPAC, even if the SPAC is a listed company in the US, you don't necessarily need to go and buy a US company, as you see here. They bought a company, a UK company that have also offices and services in the US, but still, it sounds like the base is in the UK, so it's really, really interesting. The New York-based company lists UK National Health Service, the NFL, and the LSS service provider, medical care as clients. Ambulance had administered about 25,000 vaccines, wow, and completed nearly 1.2 million tests through its units. Rapid, reliable testing, its website showed. It's just to show you the healthcare sector. I mean, a lot of you probably asking what kind of companies you should go out there and buy, even if it's your first company. It's a very similar process. When people out there are doing SPAC, it's very similar to just going and buying one company. Even if it's a company doing, 1 million a year, it's literally the same process. And a lot of you I know are asking what kind of sectors should I go and buy companies at. Here's a great sector, the healthcare space, with what's going right now in the world. Guess what? You can always it looks like people are gonna need some vaccines in the next few years on a regular basis, it sounds like. Motion Acquisition raised $115 million when it went public in October. So that's pretty cool, right? $115 million. SPAC or blank check firms are shell companies that raise capital through an initial public offering to acquire a private firm. Ambulance, whose revenue in 2020 rose 95% from a year earlier, was advised by Deutsche Bank Securities on the deal, while Barclays advised Motion. Again, you can see about the investment bankers and the people who helped them on the deal. Company grew 95%. Wow. Guess why that happened, eh? Israeli Mizrahi Tefahot, that's how you call it, bank, fourth quarter profit up and acquisition of a rival. Jerusalem, Israeli third largest bank, Mizrahi Tefahot, reported a 15% jump in fourth quarter profit that was boosted by acquisition of a smaller rival, Union Bank. Mizrahi said Tuesday it earned 506 million shekels, which is $152 million, in October-December period, up from 440 million. Without the impact of Union Bank acquisition, quarterly profit would have slipped. It just to show you, it's super interesting actually, where it shows you that the bank wouldn't make money, the sales would actually drop unless they did the acquisition. So just to show you, a lot of those big companies, the only way for them to grow is to go and buy other competitors, other complementary businesses, because it's very difficult to continue to grow just organically at some point, right? So just to show you a really interesting situation here. Israeli largest mortgage lender say it's been a clear trend of customers returning to regular payments after it had allowed some payments deferral due to the COVID pandemic. Less than 2% of the bank's mortgage portfolio remain under full deferral. The bank said it dropped from 45.6 billion shekels last March to 3 billion shekels by end of January. It's expected to remain at end of June. Super interesting to see some of those numbers. We see billions and millions, and some of you might be like overwhelmed. What are those numbers? What does it got to do anything with me? Well, it's the same process, guys. The only difference with those bigger deals is just more access to equity usually to play with. Let's see what else we got here. If we have some other cool acquisitions going on lately, let me know in the comments below if you like that and you have some questions about that. Okay, let's see another SPAC. So many of those SPACs lately, it's pretty insane. So quantum computing company IonQ Inc. said that on Monday it will go public through a merger with blank check firm in a deal that gives the combined company a pro forma market capitalization of 2 billion. Wow. Pretty cool. Anyway, short video. That's for today. Let's see. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be other more interesting news about acquisitions. Let me know if you like those videos and I'll do more of them. I just like to go through those news anyway, so I might as well just record it and share with you my thoughts on each of those deals. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon.